Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose mans is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Makk and Makk, welcome to the Smoke Pit.
You thought that this shit was not about to happen tonight?
That's wrong, motherfucker.
That's what y'all thought? Come on now.
They tried it. They tried it.
They tried it. They tried it. I knew we was going to come through here. What is going on, everybody? Welcome. First of all, let me tell you, congratulations for making it through the work week. It's been a long week. I know for me, it's been a long work week. I don't know what it's been like for y'all, but it's been a doozy of a week. You made it to Friday from Monday. So let me just congratulate y'all to that. And welcome you all to episode, is it 38? Are we at 38, Black?
38, sir.
Welcome to episode 38 of the Smoke Pit. I am the illustrious, immaculate, always shining, always loving Makk, aka your boy, and I'm joined by my guy. Go ahead,
Brand like a king, Matus Kelvin Kaylee. Welcome back to the Smoke Pit, ladies and gentlemen. We going in tonight.
We going in
tonight.
We going
in.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So right off the bat, let me start this off by apologizing to our pit masters who have been tuning in, who jumped in here at 6:00 expecting Smoke Pit shenanigans to start off. Here we are at 8:16 Western Pacific, whatever you want to call it, time. So on the East Coast, it is late over there, and I know it's late, and I'm so sorry. But here's what was going on. We had a whole call sign night here at the 607. I'm over here at Luke, Phoenix, Arizona. We had a call sign night for some of the guys going through training. And if you have been in 1 Charlie 5 shit, you know what that's like. If you have not, you don't know what that's like. But trying to ensure that this stuff gets instilled in the younger generation, understanding why call signs are happening, why you got this name, explaining my call sign to them and the story behind it and stuff. It is a whole thing that we are trying to do here to kind of build up the morale and the new generation of 1 Charlie 5 C2 BMOs. So that's where we've been at. What does this say? Yo, this man is gone. I'm gone. Taylor, what you talking about? I be on this shit all the time. I be this hype all the time. Taylor Stiff. What you talking about? What did you want to say? Hold on. Oh. Let me look at these comments real quick.
This is gonna be a good one.
This is gonna be a good show. This is gonna be a good one.
This one will be a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
It's gonna be a good one. So Taylor, so this is 13 minutes, huh? Pause. Get out of here with that. We over here working. Wait, so y'all swap Makk, no hat, Kaylee, a hat, but I gotta bounce. I'll catch y'all. All right, Joanna. Chill. You know this shit'll be on the group page, all that stuff, and then it'll be on Spotify and Patreon. So you good.
Yep. You all right.
You guys on the show so happy. What's wrong here? Mikey P. Bean. You know what? I feel I take some offense at that. Have we not started shows so happy, Black? Have we not started shows happy?
No, we're always happy. We're always happy.
What have we been doing wrong to where tonight everybody's looking at it like, oh shit, they turned the fuck up.
They wilding.
And then we go back to Taylor and talk about, yo, this man's gone. I'm not gone. Those of you have been with me in Korea, you know what Makk being gone is. So we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, man, Korea's a different animal. Korea's like that man's dying. that's gone. That man's dying. He ain't gonna make it.
Shout out to Pitmaster Jackie Leach talking about y'all should have seen this man argue about sports for an hour straight. Low key, that was also a thing that was happening at this call sign night. My man was trying to argue how soccer was amazing and other sports were not, and I was like, I cannot let this.
Who the fuck said that?
Exactly.
Who said that? Who?
They ain't in the group. Like, hey, listen. While this was going on, I was also recruiting group members to join the group. They was like, "Oh shit, Sergeant McCoy, you got a podcast?" I was like, "Oh shit, you ain't know about this shit." Let me bring up some video right quick. It showed him. He's like, "Oh shit, that is so dope. I love how you doing that." So maybe he might jump into this. He may jump into this, but you know, sunshine. How Dave Chappelle did it as Rick as Rick James. Sunshine. Come on in, player. Be here.
Come in, sit down, get welcome.
Yes.
Get comfy.
Yes.
Take a load off.
Yes. So I will. Let me just say I apologize because normally, you know, Black is the one coming from work, sprinting home, trying to get in here, trying to get stuff started on time. But it was my fault tonight. 2 hours late. 2 hours late. That's your boy. That's me right now. I'm 2 hours late. But how I feel about it? Fuck it. How I feel about it right now? Y'all will be all right. Y'all can go back and listen to the audio. Y'all can watch us live. I don't care. But yeah, we got a good show for you tonight. I will say we will try to be lighthearted with stuff later on, but starting this show off, we're gonna get into some real shit. But I want to get into shouting out the sponsors. If Black, you would be so kind to share the link to all the groups.
Yep, you go ahead and do that. I will do that.
Okay, so out the gate, you know, every week we want to shout out the sponsors. So shout out Plugs Earbuds, right? So go to www.gettheplugs.com and you can get some wireless earbuds, cheaper than your Galaxy Pods or AirPods or whatever it is, whatever phone you got, either Samsung or iPhone at this point. Go to this website, www.gettheplugs.com. You can get some quality wireless earbuds for less than these competition iPad or iPhone, iPods, whatever the fuck it is.
AirPods.
And you know, AirPods and Galaxy Pods, whatever. Just go there, put in code INT15, get a discount, get the same quality sound and less expensive earpods. So try that out at gettheplugs.com. Audioswim.com is the website you want to go to if you're trying to upload any kind of music, any kind of any track that you either produce, rapped on, whatever. If you're trying to get this on the premier streaming services, Amazon, Apple Music, Google Music, Sound, like whatever streaming services are out there, AudioSwim can do this for you for $5 a track. So it's up to you. Just hit up audioswim.com, check it out, upload your tracks there. And then finally, we got premierelement.com. If you are trying to be represented with either music, speaking engagements, public, like whatever you want to do, check them out. They got representation for sports, representation, branding, you know, all of the things. Just check them out at www.premierelement.com, not Premiere Elements, because that'll take you to Adobe and they're going to want you to download some stuff. Premierelement.com. That is where you want to go. They will hook you up. So check them out. Now we got a Bandcamp. Black. When I got here and I logged in, I heard music. And I heard your voice on this music. And I heard your voice on music that I haven't heard before. So I put two and two together. And I assumed, let me know if I'm wrong. I assumed Makk is previewing his new album. Black is out here showing out. Was I correct? Was I correct in that assumption?
You are correct in that assumption.
Now that I'm correct, where is this album at? Where is it at?
So it was supposed to come out yesterday. Did not come out yesterday.
Oh,
that's because I'm waiting on 2 verses.
Yeah.
I have not gotten these 2 verses yet.
We're on standby.
When I get these 2 verses, the album will be complete and out.
So you were previewing this on Patreon, right?
Yes.
Okay. Which leads me to my next sponsor. Well, let me go back. So if you're not subscribed to the Dat Feeling Bandcamp, you're missing out on some good music. Now, you may be already subscribed to Apple Music, Google Music, Amazon Prime, Unlimited Music, all that good stuff. And if you are, cool, because some of our music is there as well. You know what I'm saying? Some of the music is there as well. We got East Minis Before You Get Home there. We got Dat Feeling collaboration albums 1 and 2 on there. You know, all that stuff is out there. But some exclusive stuff is being dropped on the Bandcamp by, first of all, our general, Mark Socks. Salute to him. Every week dropping new heat. East Mini just dropped some stuff today. The resident R&B man of the group. Salute. That is getting dropped. My man Black just told y'all that if he's waiting on 2 verses, and that stuff will be premiered on that Feeling Bandcamp. So that'll be on there as well. And it's only as low as $3 a month. $3 a month, you can get on there, see the music, listen to it. You can even download the music to have on your phone, your laptop, computer, whatever. Bandcamp, or actually www.dadfeeling.bandcamp.com. Lowest $3 a month. Go on there. Listen to all the music, because I'm about to start posting some clips of my favorite. Like, y'all know I've been on this lo-fi tip lately. Like, lo-fi hip-hop beats have been my shit. That's how I've been getting through the day. When I have work to do, I'm at work, I'm listening to lo-fi hip-hop. I'm about to start posting some clips, like just snippets of my man Wiz's Beast, his album 10 Mil Tone, where he's using lo-fi beats. And it is the greatest thing.
Incredible.
That I just want to share it with y'all. I can't share y'all the whole clips, but I'm going to share y'all something of that. And that's only on the Bandcamp. It's not on the Amazon. It's not on the Apples. It's not on the Googles. It's only on the Amazon, or the Amazons, the Bandcamp. So check that out. www.dadfeeling.bandcamp.com. And speaking, when we were talking about Patreon, my man sharing his music with the Patreon, how Makk, how can I, how can I get in on this? Let me tell you how you can. Let me tell y'all something. www.patreon.com/dadfeelingpodcast. You go there as low as $3 a month. You get exclusives to behind the scenes, pre-shows, codes to discounts on the merch, ad-free podcast episodes before they get released to the public, all of this good stuff, $3 a month. And then you join up with the Patreon. Let me tell you something. Every 3 months, you have a chance to win $100. $100.
I just gave away 25 today.
What? How?
Yeah, I did.
How?
We played a game of Black Card Revoked. Winner got 25.
Look at that. Money. Free money. Patreon got that money. Well, you could have that money if you sign up for the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Every 3 months, every quarter, we're giving $100 to the Patreon member. You know what I'm saying? $10, like there's $3 and there's a $10 tier. $10 tier, you get discounts, serious discounts to the merch, which we'll get into a bit later. But we are also planning on doing a little bit more for the $10 tier, i.e., bonus episodes. They can comment on it. They get it way ahead of the $3 Patreon members, which is the lower tier. And then also the public when it gets to Spotify, Google Podcasts, all that stuff. So fuck with us over here at www.patreon.com/datfeelingpodcast. And please believe it is not a game. Like you join the Patreon, you're going to get free shit. Like we just gave out free shot glasses to Patreon members. Did we not? Did we not?
Yep.
We giving out free
posting them in the group.
We giving out free patches to Patreons, are we not? We giving out free patches. I think we doing that. We doing a good job with that. And then people who are not Patreons are hitting us up like, give us shot glasses. Like after these last shipments that I shipped out today, we got 10 glasses left out of the 50. 10 shot glasses left to ship out to the world. So if you want them, let us know in the group. Let us know in the group. Or just hit us up in the inbox, whatever. Either me or Black. If you know us, you can hit us up. We there. Let us roll into the merch. When I tell you, let me talk my shit a little bit. Me and Black, when we started this podcast shit, where were we at? Where were we at, Black? Where were we at?
Oh, man. We were on the phone, bro. The phone.
We were using the phone to do this shit. Did you ever think that we would be where we were at with the amount of merch that we have available for them to buy?
No, never. That was never a part of the plan, bro. Like,
merch was never.
It was never a part of the plan.
Merch was a thing. We thought who would buy merch with our brand on it? Like, who are we to design merch? Who are we? Like, we're not there. We're not Joe Rogan. We're not Joe Budden. We're no ones. However, the SmokePit podcast fan group, y'all have been showing out in the Teespring.
Major.
I go and I check randomly and I see the amount of orders that have been passed or placed, and I'm just in shock. So if you're listening to this or if you're watching, check us out. Go to teespring.com and search for Dat Feeling Podcast. Check out all the merch we have, not only for the Smoke Pit, but check us out for Wrestling with My Thoughts. Look at this.
Speaking of it,
shit. Look at this NWO.
I haven't got mine yet.
NWO shit, Wrestling with My Thoughts podcast. Clean. I'm talking about he made this himself. He didn't go and have somebody design it. He went and learned how to do this himself. That's the shit I'm talking about. When we doing shit like that, how can you not support? So Wrestling with My Thoughts, Real Food Podcast, Fuck You On Me Podcast, new podcast alert, My Art, My Rules, Brother Marquise, his manager Nicole. If you are not a Patreon member, you have not heard the pilot episode. It'll come out sooner or later.
It's actually on YouTube right now. That is going to be a DFP. Yeah, it's going to be exclusive to the DFP and YouTube.
Okay. Listen, check that out, because if you have not heard the Brother Marquise interview by E. Smitty and Hip Hop Chief, aka Conscious Rhyme, on the previous episode of Real Food, tea is being spilled on this whole Two Live Crew, Uncle Luke, whatever it is. But check that out. Get your own opinion. Listen to it. Come up with your own thoughts. That's a whole thing that's going on there. But merch is out there. Check it out. If you're a Patreon member, $10 tier, you get an awesome ass discount code that gets you a super discount on the merch that we have in the Teespring. So, that's all I got, Black. What did I miss? What did I miss?
You missed nothing. You missed nothing, my guy. Nothing. You didn't miss nothing. Oh, by the way, Apple's in here and she says she's hiding the liquor from you. So before that, though, we need to take a shot. Yeah, look, watch. Look.
What is happening here?
See,
I am like this all the time. This ain't even drunk me. Here's what me in Korea. She knows drunk Will. This ain't drunk Will. Oh my gosh, she's embarrassing me. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. All right, man, let's take a shot. I got
You got your glass? Oh my god. I came out here with my shot.
Before you get cut off, you know what I'm saying? We gotta take a shot.
Okay. That's not even Makk's final form. That's even my final form. Shout out to the anime watchers out there. So I don't have my shot glass out there. I got my whiskey glass out here, so full of Crown Peach straight. Whatever it is. Hey. So shout out to everybody who has gotten their glass. I'm glad everybody has gotten their glass intact. I be rapping the fuck out of that shit because in my mind I'll be like, they're gonna break the fuck out. You ever? Shout out to Black because he was like, you rap this shit like Jesus in the manger, and I should have fuck do. I be that glass be like, let me breathe, motherfucker, let me breathe. I'd be like, nah. I don't know where you going. I can't trust the fucking post niggas.
Bitch, I'm not gonna break. I promise. No.
I don't trust your ass. Shut the fuck up. Get wrap the fuck up. Get out of here. But I'm glad everybody's their glasses. Because sooner or later, when we hit 1.5, best believe we doing a video shot, and I want everybody who got a glass to get in that shit. Because I want to see glasses with our logo on it and our family on it, our orders in it. And I want to see y'all take a shot with your boys Back and Makk. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. So keep posting those pictures in there. And when Merch Monday comes around, hey, take a picture with that merch, that glass. And you'll be entered into this Merch Monday giveaway at the end of the month. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. So just keep that up. Keep showing pictures of the merch. If you buy a t-shirt, got a shot glass, got a patch, whatever. Also, let me tell you, Black, I'm over here.
What up?
Motherfuckers at the 607th here is wanting patches. They're looking at me like, what these patches gonna what these patches run? And I'm just like, I gotta talk to my constituent, I gotta talk to my guy over here, Black, because Black be having the patches over here. So you know,
I will send them your way.
Okay.
I will send them your way
because they thirsty over here. You know how people be thirsty for patches and shit.
Yeah.
God forbid we make coins. Because I don't know what's going to happen. We make coins.
Listen, let me tell you something. If we get to the point where we have coins, you will not be able to tell me shit. Okay? You won't be able to tell me shit. If we get coins, you will not be able to tell me shit.
Shit! At all.
Nothing. You won't be able to tell me nothing.
Because when
we've arrived. We've arrived when we have coins.
When these OCP patches come in, people are already asking about them. I'm just like, calm down. They ain't even here yet. No. Don't ask me nothing. Don't ask me nothing yet. I don't know.
What patches at, man?
I don't. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What them patches at, man? I need them, man.
That's how they be. Hey, yo, so you got these OCP joints or what's up with that? Do we get these color patches or I don't know nothing. I just live your life. I will let you know when shit becomes available. Just live your life. Don't ask me nothing. Don't ask me nothing.
Nothing. Don't you ask me
nothing. But I really want to shout out to all y'all who have supported, have bought shot glasses, have bought patches, have been supporting us in the Patreon. Bro.
Yes.
Like when we look,
you guys are amazing. I want to give a real big shout out to Stewie too. Stewie hit us up for 50.
Oh, he came in the door. I'm like,
he was
Stewie.
Like, 50. Okay.
I'm like, tone that down to $10 a month because I feel bad. I feel we are not producing $50 a month type production or products or content yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. Trust me, we'll get there. But right now, thanks for coming in the door with 50. If you want to tone that down, cool. If you want to keep it at 50, cool. We're gonna try to do shit to make it worth your time, bro. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust me, dog. 50 a month. I'm just like, whoa, my God. The bar has just been raised on what people are expecting at this point. So
yeah,
I appreciate.
Now I'm like, I gotta work. I gotta work now.
Now I gotta do shit. So when look at Stewie in here talking about what about them coins, dog? What about them coins, dog? We working on it, Stewie. Trust. But when them OCP tap patches come through, I will say that all the debt forever. So the guys who signed up with us on Patreon from the jump, and then the DAT VIP members, they will get patches for free. And then those who are just Patreon members at the $3 tier will get them for $5, and then everybody else that will be at $10. So that is the going out plan for these patches when they get in. I only ordered 50, and then the 50 shot glasses was a good thing because after these next shipment goes out, we'll be sitting here at 12 or 10, depending on but we'll be at 10 left. So, I mean, it's all looking good. Merch is selling. And if there's demand for more shot glasses, we can order more as long as we know people are going to buy them. So it's all good here at the Smoke Pit. And it's all thanks to you guys, the pit masters and the community. Keep it up. Keep supporting us. And we will continue to provide things and giveaways and such for you guys to represent us.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm down for that. Cool. All right. Damn, so we 30 minutes into this thing and we sitting here giving everybody shout outs and shit. So it's cool.
Yep. I'm about to take a shot though. So here's to y'all. To the people. To
the pit masters. Thank you for making us as great as you guys made us.
Yes, thank you.
What was in your shot glass? What was in your shot glass?
The only thing worthy of it.
Ooh. Yo, so at our call sign night, some student brought that in as a gift to the bar. I was like, you know your shit, my guy. You know your shit.
Yeah. Yes.
Woodford Reserve, huh?
You've joined illustrious company.
You know your shit.
Yeah. The sheriff hereby acknowledges you.
I will pass you on your next ride, sir. Continue. Live your life.
Be merry. Live.
Cool. So what we got from today, Black? What we got from tonight?
You know what, man? So I did a game in Patreon. So shout out to the people that came to Patreon before the Smoke Pit. So I played a game of Black Card Revoked. So I'm gonna play that game here tonight. So if you're in here, stick around. You'll have a chance to play with us. We'll make this interactive. We'll try to make it as easy as possible because I know it ain't all black people in here. But I picked the cards that could relate to pretty much everyone. So we'll play a game of that. But before we do that, man, we got to get into some real shit, bro. So,
okay,
you know what I mean? Our first thing we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna get into some real shit. So let's be real about it. I should have took the shot right now, but fuck it.
Nah, it's cool.
But as you guys know, there's been a lot of headlines, news, videos circulating about things going on in the black community. So we want to address that shit, bro. The first thing I want to talk about, if you cool with it, is the lieutenant that was pulled over and he was stopped and he was maced and you know, shit went left and it didn't have to.
Yep.
So my first question, and I want to pose this to anybody that cares to answer. Like, what fucking more do black people have to do to be like just looked at as human? You know what I'm saying? Like, what more do we have to do? Like, what's going on with us? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening? What's happening with us?
So here's what I'll say.
Go ahead.
I just happened to be on Instagram, and I follow an individual by the name of Marcellus Wiley. If nobody knows who that is, he used to be a former NFL defensive lineman. He used to be with ESPN on Sport Nation. Now he's over on Fox Sports. Took the place of Jason Whitlock, who everybody was just like is a yes man. And follow me with this. Definitely. Now he's on there with I forget his name. I know his last name is Acho. I forget his first name, but it's two black guys on the show. Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
He had a segment where he's like, I'm gonna just talk real. I'm gonna just talk real, like group text. I'm gonna just be real. Just comply. Just comply. Just if you comply, none of this stuff would happen, right? Just comply. And after the incident, if the officer was in the wrong, then you sue him and all this other stuff. And the comments, and I jumped in his comments, and like I see what he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I see where he's just like, my people, black people, don't do stuff that amplifies the situation to heighten the risk of bad shit happening to you. But at the same time, people were posting comments of Tamir Rice. He didn't have a chance to comply. He was just out there playing with a gun, got shot. Was it Philando Castile? He was complying 100% in Minneapolis or Minnesota. He was complying the whole way and still got shot in front of his wife and his kids. Who's the dude? I feel bad that I'm forgetting the names because there's so many, and it's just like
there's so many. Yeah, it's so many happening that like it's hard to remember the names now.
Individual that you used in your "Black is Beautiful" song at the end.
Oh,
Elijah McClain.
Elijah McClain, yeah.
Was cooperating and was trying to talk to him calmly. The lieutenant and there was an individual in the group. Shout out Pitmaster Dan. God damn it, I forget his name. But no. Like he was a previous law officer before joining the military. So he was trying to explain why the officers were doing what they were doing. So here's me, black, white, whatever. When we talk about reform, the level of 0 to 100 real quick that officers get to when it is not a threatening environment, that is the shit we need to talk about. Because the lieutenant in the car, albeit, yes, they were like, get out the car. He was not getting out the car. He was just asking questions. Why could the officers not answer the questions calmly to let him know what the fuck was going on instead of taking it as disrespect and then taking it to a fucking another level of you about to ride the lightning? Like, just tell him why the fuck he got pulled over. Tell him why the fuck this shit is happening. Tell him, just explain the stuff because it's both hands are out the window. He's just asking what the fuck is going on. Just tell me, why am I being treated like this? And
here's my thing. Here's my thing on that.
Go ahead.
Right. So, and I thought about this since that shit happened. Like, I recount it because I have been pulled over in uniform. Right. I have been. And maybe the fact that I was even in uniform probably saved my life a couple times because of where I got pulled over at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that so I look at my own experiences, right? And the times I got pulled over, I'm in uniform. The cop sees me in uniform, right? He sees me in uniform, and he says, so why are you going so fast? And 9 times out of 10, like, I had a reason. Like, I'm running late for work. I just don't want to be late, blah, blah, blah. Or I got to get back home because I'm leaving soon. I gotta get back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm driving, trying to make my time. And I was truthful in all of the cases, right? But it's the fact that I had on the uniform, like, the cop was like, just slow down. You know what I'm saying? You're in uniform, just slow down. It'll be okay. You don't need to drive so fast. You know what I'm saying? Call your unit or whatever. The fact that guy got pulled over, he's in uniform. He's in uniform. I can't stress this out enough. The guy is in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And the threat was made. I don't know if people know what ride the lightning means. But to black people, that shit means something. Like, ride the lightning means your ass about to die. Like, you about to die. Like, that is hands down the threat. You know what I'm saying? When people say about, especially in the South, which he was in Virginia, which is technically considered the South. When they say you're about to ride the lightning, like, the sense of alert goes up. You know what I'm saying? So being that this wasn't even looked at. Like, him being a uniform wasn't even looked at. You know what I'm saying? And according to the reports, like, the guy was like, the stretch of road they tried to pull me over on, like, it was unsafe for my vehicle. So I rode down, got to the nearest safe place I could, which was the gas station that had lights on it. And that's when all the shit went down. We don't know what happened before that, but it was the fact that this dude was in uniform and that shit wasn't even looked at, period. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't looked at all. It was just like, something bad about to happen to you, bro. Something bad is about to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, it's angering, really. It's really angering because the fact that dude could have died in his uniform. If he really wanted to, that cop could have killed that dude. He could have.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was in uniform wasn't even a factor. Like, he came out, guns drawn. The other cop clearly knew this shit was wrong. Like, if you look at the video, the other cop's like, man, just get out the car, bro. Like, bro, just get out the car. Like,
you can see it on his face. Like,
yeah,
that was taking the shit 0 to 100, and the other cop.
He went in.
Like, why does it have to be like this? Like, answer his questions. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, I'm sitting here watching this. Go ahead.
If I'm in uniform, and like guns is on me, like of course I'm gonna be fucking petrified. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm gonna be fucking petrified because I'm in uniform and a gun is on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what you're about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like my brain would have been like, take the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a gun on you. A, I'm in uniform. B, he don't see that shit. C, and he's talking heavy. You know what I'm saying? He's talking real heavy. Fuck that. You got to catch me. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. I'll explain this shit to the first sergeant in the morning. Like, listen, this shit went all the way to fuck left, bro. Like, this shit went all, like, I'm worried about my safety, my life at this point. You know what I'm saying? And granted, if the dude did have like a weapon or some shit, like that shit could have went so terrible. You know what I'm saying? It could have went terrible. But it's the fact that the dude was in uniform and like, bro. But I see the comment too from AD. He's like, if that's that shit though, if you leave in fear of your life, that's a crime. I'd rather go to jail for that shit, bro. Like for real. I'd rather go to jail for that shit. Because if I'm sitting there and I'm scared and there's a gun on me, you know what I'm saying? Like this dude probably was gonna kill me any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Like he had it on his mind. The fact that he said you about to ride the lightning, that shit is on your mind, bro. It's on your motherfucking mind. At this point in time, that shit is on your mind. I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Either that or if it's a gun in the car, I'm clapping. Like fuck that. Cause
I'm at this point where there's a comedian, Ryan Davis, who has done multiple videos talking about social instances and things going on, and he's pretty on point with what he's talking about. And there's a video of his that I shared, and it, you know, if I came here and I was more prepared, I would have had it queued up. But short story short, he was like, he agrees that everybody should comply. Like Lieutenant should have complied. Whatever you, I'm gonna come out of the car. I'm gonna comply. I even talked to a coworker of mine that I work with. He's like, bro, I am not for cops wilding the fuck out. If they pull up on me, guns drawn, wilding the fuck out, I will comply to the fullest. And then once the shit is done, if they're in the wrong, I'm gonna fuck their lives up. And I'm just like, attaboy. Granted, this coworker of mine is white, so I'm not saying he has a buffer around him, but I'm just saying when the default excuse and defense of people when they see the lieutenant video or any other video where a black or a minority is killed or harassed or injured or whatever by a cop, is like, just stop defying him and just comply. I go back to Philando Castile complying.
Did everything right. Let him know, hey man, I got a gun in the car. I have a license for it. Dead.
Yes. God, that's the, and still get shot. Yep. This recent thing with this 13-year-old, I don't want to bring up my phone and sit there and search. He had a gun. He was running from the cops. Yep. The cop ran up to him, told him to drop the weapon. This individual dropped the weapon behind the fence, put both hands up, showing no weapon, and was still shot. So now I'm sitting here wondering what the next excuse is. Comply, just comply, and it's cool. We comply. and we still get shot. So what else do we have to do to not get shot? And listen, everybody who's watching this. Listen to everybody who's watching this. I wanted to come on here and have a fun show. I really did. But this whole week, I've been holding this stuff in. And I'm just asking the people who are watching. I know we're all races, all creeds, all backgrounds, all different ethnicities, all this other stuff. I'm just asking you guys what is your guys' thoughts on how to fix this, man? Because I'm sitting here as a black dude. I don't want to just keep pulling the black card. And then yesterday, I see an actual body cam video of a Hispanic individual at 13 who had a gun. Here's where I'm at with this shit, Black. He had a gun running from the cop. If the cop would have shot him in the back with the thought of he's going to run out there and shoot, he is a potential danger to civilians. Cool.
Acceptable.
But to run him down and to say the words drop the gun. When you say the words drop the gun, you're just like, if you drop the gun, shit is cool. I will arrest you and we will proceed from there. Drop the gun. The individual drops the gun and he still gets shot. Is he complied to the order, right? The order was to drop the gun, right?
Yeah.
He dropped the gun. He put his hands up to show the officer, I have no gun. And the officer still shot him. Black, what else? It feels
nothing else, bro.
It feels redundant asking you as a black dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's nothing else you could do.
Me and you are in the same page. I'm asking people who are watching, do you have cheat codes? Do you have something
right.
we can provide to minorities, to anybody who is being harassed by cops, to the point where we can do some shit that they're saying, well, if you comply, you don't get shot. Well, we see examples of people complying and they get shot. I'm sitting here all week at work with this in my heart, like, because I work with people who are so blue lives, not blue lives matter, but just listen to the cop and you'll be fine. Like, there's a total example, multiple examples of people following cops' orders and they still get shot. It's like, what's the next step? Like, what do you guys know that we don't know as minorities? Like, what do you know that we don't know? Because I also saw a video posted by Pitmaster Brian Olivia of a white dude getting out the car with a fucking AR-15 shooting a cop up, fatal shooting. And I was just like, how does this shit even happen when we can't even get the fuck out the car without getting fucking tased and maced and shit? Like, what is going on? What are we doing wrong, Matt? What are we doing wrong, Matt? Tell me, please.
Let me read something for you real quick.
Okay.
Right? The Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act was a bill introduced to the United States House of Representatives on January 3rd, 2019. The bill was named after Emmett Till, who was lynched in 1955, sparking national and international outrage. Yep. As of today, this bill has not passed. This bill went into effect because of the string and killings. So as of today, it is still legal to lynch a black person. And that is the root of the problem.
So this Derek Chauvin, whatever the fuck this motherfucker's name is, whoever had their knee on George Floyd trial is going on. And we're watching this at work. And I mean, it's like we'll watch it at work, you know, and we kind of get to a point where, you know, maybe let's watch something else. You know, let's watch some garbage ass TV, some TLC, 1,000-Pound Sister shit, you know, 90 Day Fiance, you know, just to lighten the mood, just to laugh at some motherfuckers and shit. Because there's people on both sides of the situation. There's people who probably look at it like, Derek Chauvin is cool, like he didn't do nothing wrong. And then there's people like me who are like, why are we bringing up drugs in this trial? Like, why are you trying to make it seem like drugs is the reason this man is not here with us? Like this whole knee on the neck thing did not happen. Like the minute motherfucker announced
it was
that
fumes in the car and shit. Like
the minute he announced that he could not breathe, the officer should have got up and provided life-saving services or whatever until the EMT showed up. Like there's a whole lot of things we could talk about with this Black, but it's just like I feel like, and hold up, let me just say this first and foremost. So if you follow DFPN, a new episode of Real Food Podcast is out. E. Smitty is talking about real shit that is going on. But here's the thing I want to make as a disclaimer for myself, not as DFPN, not as the network or whatever. And I noticed this when I re-listened to my episode with Nat Martin. When we were talking about the Stop Asian Hate and the shooting that happened in Atlanta at the salons and all that stuff, she was like, I want to talk about back in China, there were Chinese people that were refusing African Americans to stay and whatever and stuff like that. Let me just say this first and foremost. That has nothing to do with the people here in America. That is all Chinese shit. If you want to talk about that shit and hold them people accountable, that is in China. These people in Atlanta who got shot and killed had nothing to do with the shit that was happening in China. So Black people, let me just say this. Black people quit being like, well, I mean, Asian people do be racist and shit. Hold individuals accountable for their actions. That shit happening in China where they're not letting Black people stay in hotels. Go to China. This person at this massage parlor or this spa in Atlanta had no business, had no ties to the shit that is happening in China because they're here in Atlanta. Don't try to be like, well, racist people and like Asian people be racist to Black people. Those people, God damn it! Like this is shit I'm talking about. This is shit I'm talking about. I love Black people. I'm Black. I'm Black. We can't sit here and continue to point at other races, be like, well, y'all were racist to us. So when all last year during the summer, and Black, you've seen it, the crowds for Black Lives Matter, stand up, support, quit doing this to Black people. The cornucopia of people who were out there supporting us was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing.
It was beautiful. Yeah, you have people from all races and creeds supporting that shit.
So when it comes now to stop Asian hate, now Black people are just like, yeah, stop Asian hate. But Chinese people were wilding in China. Like, bro, we talking about here in America. Like these people have a salon. Yeah. They have a nail spa thing. They're trying to make a living. This white dude just showed up, shot him up. Talk about I'm having a bad day. I'm sexually frustrated. These sex workers ain't fucking with me right now. So I shot him up. Like,
exactly. We got shit going on here, bro. Like these people came here. God bless them. You know what I'm saying? Because half you motherfuckers wouldn't be touching feet. So God bless them because they do a wonderful job.
I'm just saying, black people are so quick to try to turn racism into a thing. Like black people, like are we really about to just sit here and quantify and just put in a fucking box, just make it a monolith of all Asian Americans are racist against black people because of some shit that people did in China? Because if that's the case, we can't be mad when other people look at black people as a monolith and be like, well, y'all be out here wilding on these drugs and selling shit and gang banging and all this other shit. Like we ask people to look at us as individuals and like, yo, this ain't us. Look at me. Look at my actions, my all this other stuff, my resume, all this other shit. But then we're gonna sit there. Well, I will say before I get into this, Chinese people have been wilding out. Like, stop.
Yeah, Lil Uzi Vert got a whole infinity stone in his head. Y'all want to talk about Asian people?
Yeah, we talk about here in Atlanta. We talk about here in America. Like, if this Chinese person was racist and you saw it and you know you have record of this person being racist, then yeah, we can talk about it. But up until then, just because people in China have been racist, don't think Chinese Americans relate to the shit that's happening in China. Like,
they came here to get away from that shit.
Quit using that
shit. They came here to get away from that shit.
Because I'd be like, stop Asian hate. And people would be like, well, just so you know, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about how Chinese people was hating on black people in China. That's a whole nother podcast, bro. You know, that's a whole nother podcast. Yep. We'll talk about this shit a whole nother podcast. But now in America, if you fucking with Asian Americans because you think they have COVID, you a fucking asshole. I'm going to just say it.
Facts.
I don't get it. You a fucking asshole. If
Facts.
You think they're Asian, they're bringing you COVID, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And get your fucking...
Say it one more time.
Or
say it one more time. Say it one more time. One more time.
Stop it. Stop. Okay, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again. If you're here in America and those who are in the Smoke Pit podcast, I'm assuming, because I know some of y'all, I know most of y'all, Black knows most of y'all, and some of y'all are in here because of mutual friends. I'm assuming we are grown enough to know that when we look at an Asian American, we're not just like, you are a sleeper cell sitting here by China to send COVID here. Nobody here wants COVID. Everybody here wants shit to go back to normal. Like it's not a fucking sleeper cell type shit. Don't do shit to Asian Americans because you think they have COVID. Say you beat up somebody with COVID. Does that get rid of COVID? COVID?
No, you just got it, actually.
What? That doesn't get rid of COVID, Makk?
No.
You're telling me
if anything,
you're telling me shooting 8 Asian people at work does not put a dent in COVID. That's what you're telling me, Black. That's what you're telling me right now?
Yeah. Won't even touch it. If anything, so here's the logic behind that. So let's kill somebody with COVID. Let's get close to somebody with COVID. Guess what? If they did have it, your dumbass just got it. Genius. Because you were close to them. Like, what sense does that make?
It makes none at all. And
hold up. Keep that coming up. Keep that coming up. Keep it up. No. Let's be very, very, very clear.
Okay.
That same energy goes out to people in Africa, because people in Africa don't even, well, they're more accepting now in places, but they didn't even like us. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even like black people. If we're gonna be 1,000% real about that shit,
Yep.
let's be 1,000. They didn't like us either. You know what I'm saying? They didn't like us. Hell, half of them the motherfucking reason we here anyway. So if you wanna put it like that, yeah, we're gonna be all the way 1,000. That they responsible for us being here too. So yeah, we on that same frequency. That shit ain't gonna change. Yeah, they're letting us go there now. I get that. Some countries like Ghana, even Nigeria, Ethiopia is becoming more acceptable. South Africa is starting to allow dual citizenships. I know because I looked. There was a point in time I was really serious about moving to Africa. So I did my research on it. But let's be 1,000. That love don't go too far. You know what I'm saying? They allowing us, but look, it's on their shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all traveling, a lot of y'all thinking about that shit. Y'all need to know one motherfucking thing. Here, as fucked up as shit is here, you go back to Africa, you're gonna be living by their rules. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one thing you gotta know. You're gonna be living by their shit. Yeah. So you ain't free. You ain't free like you are here. We could talk about this shit openly and freely. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that type of shit there. And a lot of shit is different. And a lot of people find that shit out real fast. Your ass ain't free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But what is freedom? In the long run, what is freedom? It's a fucking state of mind. You as free as you allow yourself to be. You know what I'm saying? So what I would like to see is what Pitmaster Carl said. Everybody love everybody. Especially if you hear, man. But for the black people, like that shit, there's a lot of times we don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times we don't feel it. Yeah, we Americans, but a lot of times it's hard to feel love when you feel like an adopted child. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we feel like the people under the stairs some fucking times. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta tread lightly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it hurts. It hurts when you see that type of shit. It hurts when you see that type of shit. People getting killed and gunned down, or even just stopped or walking around the neighborhood, cause some dude feel like you don't belong there. But he got a wife that, you know what I'm saying, he got a depender. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to feel loved when you feel like you. And listen, I'm gonna talk about this whole the dude walking around the neighborhood and the other guy, the army guy. Yeah. Listen, I get it. You trying to protect your neighborhood. I get that. So, believe it or not, same type of shit happens in black neighborhoods, but it happens completely differently, especially out in LA. You know what I'm saying? If you go out in LA and you look foreign, they simply ask a question, and your life could depend on it. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. You're defending your turf. I get that. But here's what I want to bring up. Okay. That dude that he walked up on was probably about 5'5", maybe 120 pounds, soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? So he felt bold. He felt bold walking up on him, putting his hands on him, pushing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, had that been Black Makk in that bitch, oh, it would have went way differently. That shit would have went way differently. First of all, don't walk up on me like that, homie. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and had the little dude swung back and hit him, I would have said that's justified. If he'd got knocked the fuck out, cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't put your hands on me, bro. Especially with your wife out here looking like Snorlax, bro. Like, stop. You ain't defending her. Okay, you're not defending her. Don't nobody want her, bro. Nobody wants her. She out here looking like the mystery man. You know what I'm saying? I hear just, grade A dependent, bro. Grade A dependent. Like that's the type of shit. That's the type of shit you see in the exchange. Like, how the fuck did he? That's who you marry, bro.
Bro, get your boy. Y'all get your boy Black. Please get your boy.
That's who you marry, bro. Bro, that's who you married? Bro, she up here in the middle of the aisle buying up all the granola. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit you see, bro.
Get your boy back.
She up here buying all the granola. You ain't gonna eat none of that shit. Buying all the Beyond Meat. That shit sitting in the freezer.
Mikey says, show some respect and address her by her husband's rank right now.
Oh, yeah, that one. My husband's a sergeant major. Yo ass ain't.
Here's where I'm at with that. Here's where I'm
at. You know what
with.
You are? You know what you are? You are the very reason. You are the very reason he decided to deploy a lot. I hope you know that. That's why he keeps going on the deployments.
Here's something. Here's how I felt about that. If somebody was just walking and chilling in front of my house, yes, I would be suspect. I would go out there and ask them questions like, "Yo, what's good? Like, what is going on? Like, are you lost? Can I help you find somewhere? Are you looking for a specific address? Like, what's happening right now?" And the dude is like, "No, I'm just taking a walk." Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I would go back in my house and I would just, lock the door, and my doorbell camera would just monitor the whole situation if anything wild happens, The things that this guy was saying, and then the minute he put hands on him to an extent, automatically just made this man out of pocket off rip. His wife instigating did not help. I don't know who that extra chick was on the side, going across the street talking to whoever was also trying to record this thing. That did not help. Also, the amount of people who showed up in his yard did not help. However, I'm not gonna.
He brought Wakanda out there though.
I am not gonna act like I am not petty and did not enjoy the whole "come outside, we ain't gonna fuck you up" aspect of it, because old boy had kids and all that other stuff. Like, I don't know if his kids woke up and was like, "Who are these people in the yard? Can we go outside?" I don't know if they're gonna hurt us. All this other shit, you know what I'm saying? But people were like, he was arrested on charges and all this other good stuff. I'm just like, why? At what point? Do we get a break as Black people? I don't know if he was other than Black, if this whole incident would have happened based on how tight knit, because based on this is a tight knit community. Your kind's not welcome here. Like, you're not welcome here. Like, did you really just say that? Did you really just say that? Did you really did this come out your mouth? Did you really just say that? Like, it's like, I understand, like, a dude just standing in front of you. If he was just standing in front of your house, staring at your house, okay, let me go outside and talk to this dude. Are you lost? Is this something up? Can I help you out? What's going on? Are you, there's no need to be super confrontational. I will move you myself. Like, bro, we get it. You're a dude, macho man, alpha male. Cool. Fuck it.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
You talking to me? Is you talking to me like this making your wife wet? Is this how foreplay happens for y'all? Like,
bro, she was already wet when she came out there.
You know what I'm saying?
5 steps, and that sweat was all in there. She was already wet.
If you don't move, I'll move you. And she's sitting there like, oh, like, oh, I love when he talks to people like this. I love when he establishes his dominance. Like, calm the fuck down. It. Like, this shit should not. Here's my thing. Because there was an officer who posted an Instagram video about the difference between the gun side and the taser side, because I'm sorry, I forget his name. The individual that got killed 10 miles down the road from where Chauvin's fucking
George Floyd did. Yeah.
And she killed him. Talking about, I thought it was a taser, or like. First of all, go to jail and get the death sentence, because how do you not know between a gun and a taser? Like, when you hold the bitch up, like, is the fucking shit yellow or is it black? Like, I don't know. And then there was a whole officer on Instagram who was just like, so the taser's on the non-dominant side and the gun is on the dominant side. So there's obviously a difference between, like, I hate when bad cops get like, so obviously this man is out here trying to get kudos for being a good cop and speaking out against bad cops. I appreciate that. But what I want you to do is not make Instagram videos about speaking out against bad cops. I want you to go out physically and talk to motherfuckers and point out the fucking bad cops and get them the fuck out of here.
That part.
The fucking video of you on Instagram talking about bad cops isn't doing shit for me. But you think that you want followers for black people to be like, yeah, he's a guy. He knows what's up. All this other shit. Like, fuck this Instagram shit. Go to your commanding officer. Go to your fucking commissioner. Whatever the fuck is going. Whatever the fuck you got to do to point out bad cops. Point the fuck out of bad cops. And if there's none in your department, put the pressure on your fellow departments to point out fucking bad cops. I don't want to see you on Instagram talking about, I don't know what the difference between, I don't know how they fucked up the difference between the taser and the because you making this Instagram video isn't bringing old boy back. It's not bringing him back.
Nope.
Not at all. Like, I can't fuck with your shit. I like, me personally, I like what you're trying to do, like showing everybody, like, I don't know how's and the things like that with bad cops, it makes things like good, it makes it hard for good cops like me. Take it to the next fucking level. Take it to the next level.
Here's the thing, though.
What pressure?
If you can't point out who the bad cop is, like if you know there's a bad cop and you can't point that shit out, then by association you're guilty too. You know what I'm saying? That's just like anything. Like if you can't have the integrity and say like this shit's fucked up, then you're part of the problem too.
Yes. And a friend of mine has posted several posts, and I've been trying to stay out of them. But he's posting things like, he'll post a random TikTok of a black dude. Like, it's a whole TikTok of everybody is trying to erase race and trying to cancel race or gender. How about we cancel race? How about we cancel, like, and my friend is a white person. Like, and hear me out, pit masters. When things are going on in a certain specific community, i.e. the black community, Native American community, Latino American community, we don't need you guys jumping in, trying to tell us, because his posts are just like, he'll post a picture of a white dude helping somebody out during Katrina. Then he'll post a picture of a black dude helping out somebody in Katrina and be like, here's a white guy, here's a black guy, I don't see the difference. That shit fucks us up so bad. Like it fucks everything up. It like they think they're helping. But they're not. And I reached out to him. I was just
here's
like,
a white hand, here's a black hand. Which one you want?
I know what you think you're trying. I know what you think you're doing. You think you're putting it out like it's so easy to fix. Everybody's the same. It's not that easy. Quit posting these memes like it's easy to fix. Because as a black man, I take offense to that because the struggle that we have had to do to get to this point, the fact that you're trying to make it trivial, like black man, white man, what's the difference? Nigga, I've been trying to live my life as a regular person, and you trying to make it seem like Why are black people having problems? I don't see no problems. Like, it's a problem. As a white man, I appreciate your support, but the shit that you're posting is not fucking helping us, man. Sit the fuck on the sideline and shut the fuck up. Like, I know that sounds fucked up. I know that sounds super fucked up. But unless you are posting some shit that is helping the shit move forward, because everybody, let's be honest, like there's situations where white people kind of have the advantage over black people. Like it's been the whole life until we got here. Like black people have not had the same opportunities presented to them as white people throughout the history of the country. So white people obviously have an advantage. And when people are just like, we're all the same, I don't see no difference. Stop that shit. The shit you're posting is enabling people who are not thinking about it to be like, yeah, we're all the same. I don't see what the problem is. That is the problem that's fucking us up. The fact that you are posting shit like that is pissing me the fuck off. I'm just real. You're posting that shit, and then I post a picture of fucking Brock Turner and insert random black person who's going to jail for fucking 25 years for jaywalking, and Brock Turner who gets off the leash because he's a fucking good swimmer at Stanford. I will post that shit indefinitely to the end of time until y'all explain to me how everybody's the same. Everybody's cool. Everybody's the same. Everybody's not the fucking same. All right, I'm done. Go ahead, Black.
No, perfectly said. So eloquently put.
Is it?
So eloquently put.
I've been holding this shit in all week, Black. It's just, I don't know.
No, I have nothing to add. But I will say,
go ahead.
The very day black people get pissed off and start fighting back, they will say we're wrong for that shit.
And here's where I'm at with that. To the motherfuckers that loot targets and shit like that when we're trying to protest a wrongdoing in our community, the motherfuckers who are in Target running out are wrong. If the cops catch them, if the cops catch people stealing out of Target, they should be tried, charged, and whatever punishment they get, they should get. That is where my line is drawn. If they're committing,
I get that.
Here's where I'm at. And we have people in the group who are law enforcement officers. The lieutenant who was refusing to get out of his vehicle. I get it. The cops were like, get out your vehicle. He was like, what am I doing? He wasn't listening to the officers. Here's where I'm at with that. Like when people are saying reform police officers, reform police departments, the training is what we're talking about. The quickness of 0 to 100 that these officers got to was ridiculous. This man has both hands out of the car, asking questions. Why can't these officers answer these questions in a non, like the whole situation was non-threatening because both hands were outside the window. Answer his questions. And if officers want to be like, because we don't owe him that until he gets out, he just needs to listen to us. That is a power trip thing. That is something that needs to be changed in the whole training, the whole whatever it is for officers. That needs to change. Like in a threatening situation, cool. You got to take it to 100 because you got to get home to your wife. You pull up, service member, full uniform, hands out the window. Officer, what's the problem? Why are you doing this to me? Explain stuff to him, and I'm pretty sure that whole shit would have went way smoother. But the officers are I don't have to answer your questions. You just need to listen to me. Get the fuck out of your car, or you're gonna ride the lightning and be blind because I'm gonna spray the fuck out of you with pepper spray. I understand, officer. Like I posted that video by Ryan Davis where he's like, I agree that people need to not resist arrest. However, as an officer, you should be trained to handle situations where people resist arrest, because normally nobody is going to be okay with being arrested and anything like being wrong or being right.
I've
Nobody's
never been okay with being arrested.
with being arrested or being questioned or being detained. You as an officer need to know 99% of your interactions with people are going to be kind of like, hey, I got to put you in jail. Why the fuck you got to put me in jail? Hey, pull the fuck up. Like, you are ruining somebody's day off rip if you're pulling somebody over. You got to understand that, hey, I got to talk to this person. This person may be upset that I pulled them, because being pulled over by a cop is not going to make anybody's day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the dude is speeding, you pull him over, please believe this dude is going to be upset that he got pulled over for speeding. But you have to be calm enough to be like, hey, this is why I pulled you over. These are the state laws. This is what your ticket is. Let me go run your plates. And if this dude gets belligerent, whatever pulls out, you know, whatever elevation this guy takes it to, fuck him up. Fuck him up. Because you got to get home to your family. But you got to be built. You got to be trained. You got to have some kind of training and resilience to be like, hey, when people turn the fuck up, because when they see you as an officer, I mean, let's be real. When people see an officer, they ain't just like, oh, God, thank God you're here, officer. You know, fucking outstanding upholder, citizen of the law and all that stuff. People be like, oh, shit. What the fuck did I do now? What do you want from me? What is this? And it's because of shit that's happening lately. And cops be mad, like, why are people resisting? Because I just saw CNN yesterday, and I saw you shoot a 13-year-old who complied, and you still shot him. So now you're just comply with what I say. Motherfucker, this motherfucker complied yesterday, and you shot him in his chest, and then you're trying to do CPR like, I tried to save him, but he died. Motherfucker, he listened to you. He put the gun away, and you still shot his ass. What's to tell me that you're not going to shoot me or harm me or do anything to me if I comply to you?
Going in, ladies and gentlemen. He's going in. He's going in.
A week long burning in my soul, man. I've been wanting to say this shit at work, but I can't because the people I work with, I'm just like, at what point? I'm not saying all cops are bad. Like there's people, and I'll just say on DFPN, there are people who feel certain ways. Fuck the police, all that. I'm not saying fuck the police. I'm just saying police, fuck the bad cops. Fuck the bad ones. Get them the fuck out of here. Good cops help me. Good cops help me. Because I'm going to help you every time. If there's fucked up shit in the military that I can fix, I will. If I was at Fort Hood and I was involved with the shit that was happening with that specialist, I would have turned them motherfuckers over so fast. So fast, Black. It would have made motherfuckers' heads spin. Oh, Colonel such and such was in on it. Sergeant such and such was in on it. Specialist such and such was in on it. Can I go home now? Get these motherfuckers out of here so America's not thinking that we assholes. Why the cops don't do that? Why cops don't do that? They want to go on Instagram. Hey, I play basketball with black people. Hey, I don't know why they shot him because my taser's on this side and my gun's on this side. Dominant hand, non-dominant hand. I don't know how that happened. Are you going to that person's house to explain to their parents? I don't know why they shot him because my taser's on this side. Fuck you. Get off the Instagram. Get out there in the streets and tell people, tell your fucking commissioner, tell your mayor, tell whoever who the bad cops are. Get bad cops out, and I swear people will fuck with the police more than you know. Get fuck people, hold the blue line. I can't snitch on my bros because we be out there in the streets. Snitch on them fucking assholes, and then everybody will fuck with you. Come on. I'm done. Talk to him, Black.
As manager of DFPN, I have hard decisions to make. Unfortunately, I will allow this to continue.
Oh my God. Now
he's absolutely right.
Pitmasters, help me out. Pitmasters, calm me down. Am I fucking wrong? Please. I feel like I'm going too much right now. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to read comments.
Take a drink. Take a drink.
These comments.
Mikey P said, "Take a drink." Nope, don't read them. Mikey P said, "Take a drink." Just take a drink. Don't read them shits.
Don't read them. Okay.
Don't read them.
Oh God! Like I see them being populated as I'm fucking going. Like I'm just like, at what point? Because there are people who are just like, everybody should just be judged based on their actions. And in a perfect world, I would agree. Yep. But we're not in the perfect world. And some people get looked at because of skin color, race, ethnicity, as automatic bad guys. You know? Like, here's the thing.
East Smitty said it best, bro. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And if you can't stand up for the right thing, bro, like what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like why are we here? If you allow the bad shit to happen, why are we here?
Black, I'm trying to figure this shit out. Bro, like it why is it every week? Some shit, bro. Every week. Like I'm trying.
Listen. But listen, and I want everybody to pay attention to this shit, right? So what's being established is, as a black person, you can't ask questions to the cops, right? You have to comply. You can't run away from the cops and then comply. You can't comply honestly and expect to live. You can't go jogging. You can't sell a loose pack of cigarettes, right? You can't manipulate a $20 bill or at least have the pretension that a $20 bill is fake. You can't do that. You can't walk through a neighborhood with a hoodie on because that makes people suspicious. That's 7 reasons right there that if you're black, chances are you're going to fucking die. If any of these situations relate to you, you may fucking die. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what else do you want us to do? Because complying is one of those reasons. You can comply to the fullest extent and still not live. In each of these 7 cases, people have died. Each of them. You can't run away because you'll die. And even if you're in the military, and God, I used to look at that shit like a safety shield. And after that shit, I can't. I can't. It's like, and I want people to understand this shit. Like, for black people in the military, that uniform is like, it's like off for racism, right? So you put that shit on, and like if you're out in the world, like you don't have to necessarily, it's gonna come at times, right? Even in uniform, around other people in uniform, you may see that shit, but like out in the world, like if I were to go to the grocery store, if I were walking around the neighborhood and I had my uniform on, I'm feeling kind of safe. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling like it's not so much that is going to bother me, right? Versus when I had it off. Like if I don't have it on, you know what I'm saying? Then like my head's on the swivel. But in uniform, I'm like, okay, I can at least breathe a little easier. You know what I'm saying? Now, with this shit happening, it's like, well, goddamn, that ain't even the goddamn case. Because potentially some fucked up shit is going to happen to you.
Right.
It's going to happen to you.
I just sent an invite to EJ for him to jump in, because if you don't know, if you're just listening to audio, we have a live stream going on right now, and we have people from the group, posting comments, and we have an individual in the group, Eric Johnson, who is a law enforcement officer. So send him an invite for him to get in here and, just to give his point of view on the situation that's going on. Because like I said, I don't fucking know what's going on. I just feel like officers should be trained for the whole, people are not always going to just be cool with being detained and being arrested. The fact that you're there with backup automatically lets you know, like, hey, I have the upper hand on this individual here. That's just me looking at it as it feels weird saying civilian, but like if you're not an officer, oh my God, EJ, you look so worn out, my guy.
I got 3 kids, man. Tired too.
Welcome EJ up in there.
Oh my God. Thank you for staying up late.
Hey man, you guys anything.
Cool. So I want to ask you your opinion on the situation with the lieutenant, the Army lieutenant. I've heard people say, if he would have just complied, none of this shit would have escalated or whatnot. But the training, talk to me about the training you got. Like, is it out the gate? Like if somebody just doesn't listen to you, you just ramp up the intensity of the orders to make them, or how's that work?
In all actuality, just reviewing from what I saw from the news and stuff, the whole approach was wrong. With training, just start from the training perspective. Now, especially, and this isn't for anything other than CYA. Okay, all departments want to cover their ass. One reason is lawsuits. Okay, when something bad goes down because one of these dumbasses that got a badge went out and did something cowboyish and shot somebody, the department and the city and the state all don't like the idea of losing millions. It's not about the bodies. It's about them getting sued. Okay, so one of the things they talk about every training session is, one, everybody's got a camera now, so watch your ass. Okay, they're like, they got cameras in their pockets, so think before you act. And two, they've gone to the move of everybody's got to get de-escalation training. Okay, they started focusing on things like come into the situation and bring it down a notch. You don't want to have the situation already at the point of drawing lethal force because there's nowhere else to go. All right, but those guys showed up. Okay, every training is going to teach you when you first show up, unless you've been unless you have a felony in progress where lives are in danger or you feel threatened yourself, you start at the lowest level possible. You're like, "Excuse me, sir, we're here because we were informed that your registration is not visible or it's out of date." Now, anybody in that situation wouldn't automatically think, well, shit, man, his registration's bad. He must have an AK-47 sitting on his front seat. No. So the fact that they pulled up 2 cars and got out and drew weapons immediately, okay, is a show that they came in way up here. And that goes against all their training. That's why that guy was fired immediately, because the department knew. It's just like when I was active duty. Okay, when you're active duty, you're always signing your qualifications because it shows if something goes bad, they're going to bring up that qualification and go, "Hey, you signed this, right? You signed this piece of paper, man. I thought you knew what you were doing." That's the same thing they do with us. All right. You go and qualify with a weapon. You spend the whole day at shooting and stuff. You're still going to go and talk about when it's okay to shoot, when it's okay to bring out your gun. So all these guys that are claiming that, you know, whatever the situation is, or I followed my training, we were called to a situation that all of them are trying to cover themselves. Mm-hmm. And then if they're fired, that lets you know the department already had a piece of paper saying they wouldn't do that, and they signed it,
and they did,
and they got fired.
Yeah.
So that just everything from there is just legal. Okay. But those guys came in knowing they were wrong with that guy. Okay. The lieutenant was being compliant to the point. He didn't want to get out of his car. All right. And you even go over that as law enforcement officers. You're told some people may want to drive to a lighted location. Some people may want to be where there's other people
present. Which is what he did.
Exactly. He was being safe, you know, right. And you have to respect that. It's not even just a racial thing. Some of it could be situations like a religious thing. I have individuals that I've, you know, come in contact with that were of, you know, Islamic or Muslim culture. Yeah. They don't feel comfortable in certain situations, especially if there's, you know, out in public with a bunch of people. So they may feel more comfortable in their neighborhood or with their family and stuff, but they don't want to necessarily pull over into a gas station full of people because, one, you know, it's going to draw attention. They don't like that kind of attention. They don't want that eye on their community. You know, to them, it's more of a respect thing for their community. They don't I don't want everyone thinking the Muslims are getting into trouble all the time and stuff, you know, so they try to keep their shit low key. And I try to respect that. You know, I'm like, if I come to meet them at their house, I'm like, hey, man, I'll come talk to you. But, you know, if you want, I'll stay in the car. I'll talk to you on the phone so you can talk to me from your house, you know.
Right.
That way I'm not coming out and all your neighbors are there and they're all going to see and they'll be like, oh, of course that guy's in trouble, you know. So there's all sorts of factors to consider. But bottom line, training wise, you're told de-escalate and show respect. And when you do that, 90% of the time, other people show respect, you know. That's just the way it goes. I call everybody sir and ma'am. I don't care the situation. I don't care if I'm meeting you in the projects or I'm meeting you in an upscale suburb. You are sir or ma'am. Okay? Yes, there's no reason for me to treat you different.
Right.
You know? I'm not your judge. I'm there to do my job. You know, but you're still a human. No matter what happened, no matter why I'm there, you're a person. There's no reason to treat you anything less.
Yeah.
Right. So they know that too. That shit was taught to them. The fact that they acted the way they did, in my opinion, is nothing more than one, they're scared of the man's skin color, and two, that guy was trying to be a badass. Mm-hmm. Whether he feels threatened that guy, you know, the achievements that guy had. You notice he immediately called him specialist. He said, "What are you, a specialist or something?" He couldn't come to his brain that man was a commissioned officer.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So he already came in with his own stereotypes and preconceptions of that man coming up there.
Yeah, he flipped it because I remember he was like, "What do you expect?" Yeah, I served too, and what I learned was obedience. And I was just like, "Oh shit!" I'm like,
"Oh, did you now?"
Yeah.
Did you?
So
there is no reason for that, and it's so uncalled for. And the responses and stuff that you see.
So EJ, let me ask you this: as a LEO, as somebody with morals and stuff, you see this stuff going on across the country. It's low key kind of what we went through a little bit with the whole Fort Hood situation with was it Jessica Mendoza? I don't want to get her wrong.
Yeah.
The whole situation with her getting killed, chopped up, putting cement, like all this random shit with military stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, that's how y'all do in the military." Like it's one of those things where it's not what we do. Like if I knew about it, I would sing out about it. Is like what is that like for you? Because I'm not gonna like it's the way the world is. You drive around, you wear the uniform, you're in that car. People are looking at you like, oh, you know, he's just waiting to do whatever against minorities or whatnot. Like, I know that wears on you because active duty, you served with me, you served with Black, you served with different ethnic groups in the military. You got out and you decided to serve your community as a law enforcement officer. Does that wear down on you? Like each incident or whatnot, you're just like,
it does.
Job hard.
That's a great point to bring up, especially when the incident with George Floyd happened, the murder that took place with George Floyd.
Yeah.
One, it was difficult to watch, but we also, we other officers I work with, we all got together and talked, and of course, I'm sure every institution and department had their own meetings to address the situation because it was so profound and went nationwide like quick. Recently we at least were able to get information out there so people can see it and it spreads and it's not just swept under the rug tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or not even heard of. So the fact that I know there's some that we don't hear about, but sitting with other officers, especially other minority officers, and seeing the pain, it's hard. It's difficult. I wasn't the only one, and we talked amongst each other that had looked at the badge since that day and wondered, is it worth to keep wearing it? Do we want to turn it in? And there's been people who ask questions in meetings, especially, I know of Black supervisors, other minorities who are supervisors, or officers for a really long time who had questions and like, are we going to deal with these situations? Are we going to bring it up to the rest of the department? Are other officers going to speak out? Do we have a stance when it comes to this Black Lives Matter movement? They wanted to know, are we going to take a stance? Are we going to make a statement? I listened and it was blown over. We all heard the questions. Wow. There were minority officers asking those questions. Like, as a department, do we make a statement saying we support Black Lives Matter, or that, we understand and that there's, on our side, we do want to make some, adjustments and concessions to help the community. Man, I shit you not. Questions were totally overlooked or ignored during those meetings.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And there was other officers there. We look at each other and stuff and we're like, we heard that.
Does this get brought up because as active duty military, now everything is so front line where there's just like diversity and all this other stuff, like, oh, as a Black dude, have you experienced any, like, we bring it up, we fill out surveys, we talk about it, and then like work happens tomorrow, like there's no change. Like people who are on shaving waivers still get no chance to be the POC for tours for VIPs. Like generals come through, oh, you're on a shaving waiver, we don't want you in front of the general because you look unprofessional because you got this half beard shit going on because you're on a waiver. Is that the same thing on the law enforcement side as far as minorities? Like, yeah, this shit's going on, but shit, get out there and do your job type stuff. Like, are they?
I feel like you're right on point with that one. Like, it's addressed in a way that it's almost like what do you call it? Fan service is the only way I can think of it.
Service,
like we're gonna bring it up and say that we care in this situation with Black Lives Matter because protests hit a lot of cities. I'm out here in Tampa, and there were protests here. And so, of course, they addressed it. And they were, the powers that be are always going to make sure they address it. And they're going to make their statement like, we completely support peaceful protests and the movement for equality. And then, like you said, tomorrow, it's not even talked about, it's not even mentioned. Yeah. And it's almost like they want to make the statement to cover themselves and to seem genuine or, play the service, and then they let it coast away to where it's not there, out of sight, out of mind. They want everyone to get, like you say, get back to work, go back to doing what we do day to day, but not addressing those things. And I know, especially my fellow officers who are Black probably felt it 100 times more than I do. I'm a minority, but I'm not directly involved with it was Black Lives Matter. The movement was there in our streets, outside our building. I work downtown. I know there's a draw amongst those officers to want to be able to stand there too, or to voice their opinion one way or the other. And for the department to kind of blow over some of their questions and just make that kind of blanket statement, to me, seems more wounding than helpful. And I kind of made it. I think I talked to Willie about this before, and I mentioned it before. We were all just chatting.
Yeah.
That, to me, the minority officers are so important. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's hard to explain, but it just a level of I know when I walk into a room, I like seeing diversity. Maybe it's like you said, serving in active duty, we all work together. You became used to it. I grew up, my dad was in the Army, so every base I lived on from being a little kid, there was no segregation or anything in my growing up, so that's where my comfort zone is. Is it a little bit of everybody, but
right.
And I think I can feel the difference too. Like, I had a young man, he was on my caseload. He was coming into the office to see me, but apparently he blew by someone downstairs. Well, someone was trying to ask him a question. He didn't answer. He just came upstairs for whatever reason, but he came straight to my office, and he was followed by the building maintenance, the head of maintenance. Okay. And I hear an altercation in the hallway. The young man that's on my caseload is a young black man. Okay. The head of maintenance is a white guy. And he's getting on his case saying that he was disrespectful for walking away from them and not answering their question. They had a question for him. So I went out there, and of course the young man's upset. He's like, I don't need to fucking answer you. I don't have any responsibility to tell you shit. And he's getting upset. So I just, got in the middle of it for a second, and I was like, hold on a second. And he got quiet immediately because he knows I'm his officer. Right. But the other guy's still talking, and I'm like, sir, whatever happened, I'm sure there was no disrespect meant, but don't worry about it. He's here with me now. He's at this appointment. He was due here. I'm going to talk to him. Okay. And the guy's like, oh, whatever. And I was like, all right, have a good day. All right, go handle the trash can or the elevator, whatever. As soon as he left, though, I told the young guy, he was like still angry. And I was like, it sucks. It sucks. Don't think that I don't see that it sucks. He had no right to treat you that way or act like you needed to report to him. Okay. You're no less than he is. But I was like, don't let him get you in trouble or make you seem like you're in the wrong just because it makes him feel like a bigger man that day. So I said, you were doing the right thing. Right. You were coming to your appointment. You were living up to your responsibilities. But there's always going to be someone, and it's sad to see, there's always going to be those people out there that feel they're better than you for whatever reason. And I didn't tell them those because of his skin color, but I mean, they were automatically judging him coming into the building because they know why he's there. And I'm like, don't let them make you feel that way. But I know it made him feel better that when he got in there, there's me and other officers there who aren't just the establishment. You know what I mean? I can't explain it, but you could tell his comfort level came back when that guy left.
No,
to a certain extent. So
it's the same on the military side because there's minority airmen or whatnot, and then there's the NCO level, and then there's the senior NCO level, and there in a squadron there's gaps. Like obviously, like based on numbers, obviously. There's probably more white NCOs than there is minority NCOs. There's more white senior NCOs than there is minority senior NCOs. So it's the same thing. Like for an airman to come into a squadron and see somebody he relates with at a higher rank or at a higher tier, which I try to tell people, like when you look at General Brown, who's the chief staff of the Air Force, and Joanne Bass, who is married, I don't know her ethnic background. She's married to a black dude. And then the person before Chief Wright, Chief Master Air Force, black dude, like they may be put in place just to be like, hey, look, black guy, you can make it. You know what I'm saying? Like they may be put in place for that, but as an airman coming in, like if that's the goal, you need people around you to support you and guide you to that goal. And
right. I ain't gonna shit you. Like when I got to the 728, I had a person tell me, like, you're gonna be here about 6 months. And I was like, well, fuck. Well, that's a great expectation right there. Like, you're gonna be here about 6 months.
Eglin was a different beast at the time. At the time, we were all there. Eglin was a different beast. It was just like, bro, can you do your job? Cool, because we're gonna send you to Baghdad in a bit to be there.
But at the same time, though, we were lucky. We had people like Captain Pringle.
Yes.
You know, Sergeant Blake.
Yes.
You know, we had mentors there. There was a good feel of camaraderie. You know, be it just as it was being familiar or being family like at certain levels. You know, where I know like you're saying, for young airmen coming in, I think it's great when you get to me coming in too. You could see, and that's one thing that the military has over the civilian world, is that all up and down the chain, there's gonna be different ethnicities. There's gonna be minorities, but on the outside, they're slower to that. They're much slower to that. You know.
Well, and, honestly, it's because the shit sucks for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what color you are. This shit is about to fucking suck for all of you. And I think that's where we took comfort at.
We all share in it, and in a way, the cycle moves more by time, but in the military, it seems like it's a little bit past that. And I mean, it seems like that in certain industries, and I think like law enforcement. And it's because, as sad as it is to say, it's one of the areas where minorities have been allowed to take jobs, just like in the care industry, the healthcare industry. You know, they were saying how those areas were hit hard with COVID, and a lot of people lost jobs. You know, not saying the hospital side, but let's say someone who does home care. A lot of them lost their jobs during the COVID thing, and they're like, that affected minorities because a lot of them took those roles or took those jobs. And I think that, you know, for whatever reasons, socioeconomic, cultural, or whatever, minorities have gotten into a different categories. But on the outside, a lot of them, they've been kept into these grooves, and you don't see that diversity all the way up the chain in these different grooves. You know, outside of those grooves, like if you go into corporate America, I mean, seriously, corporate America, I mean, you don't see much of anything except for just, you know, Ivy League, you know, straight up. I mean, it's changing slightly. We all see the changes, but
right.
You know, it is slow. And I'm sure if you were a black man or a Hispanic man walking into, you know, being a stockbroker, it's a lot less to look around and see those kind of mentors and confidants as it would be if you were, you know, a soldier or an airman, you know. So we have a ways to go. And things like that situation, to me, the situation with the lieutenants showed so much disrespect. And that's partly because I love the uniform, you know, I love what it was for all of us, but the disrespect and the fact I can't get over the part where immediately he assumed the guy was like a specialist or something, and that he was willing to use a non-lethal weapon against a man in uniform who's a government servant, you know, for possible registration being out of date. What? It's out there, man.
This is where I'm at as an active duty military member. If I go to war and I see a threat that is no longer a threat, like they had a gun, they put the gun down, and I was to shoot that threat or shoot that person, I would go on trial for committing a war crime. Like they would look at me, be like, "This dude is no longer a threat. Why did you shoot him?" The level of whatever, you know, you got to use the appropriate level to, you know, get rid of the threat, eliminate the threat, whatever. Like I would be on a whole trial, and I would be according to the UCMJ, in a time of war, punishment is death. Like, bro, you shot this dude. He wasn't a threat. You didn't need to shoot him. You got to go. My thing is, okay, cops do things spur of the moment. I get it. You 100% got to be, Eric, you got to get home to Jen and your kids.
Yes.
You got to get home to your kids. So if a threat is there, cool. If you tell a threat to put down their weapon and they put down their weapon, you can't shoot them, right? You can't.
No.
You can't. So at that point, you arrest them, they go to trial, and a jury of their peers looks at them and be like, this is what you got to do. You got to go to jail for this many years. You got to do this. That is where my heart starts hurting for this whole situation. Yep. Because a lot of people are quick to jump on the fuck the cops shit. And I can't, because
not me neither.
The cops are needed. It's just the bad cops need to go, just like the bad military leaders need to go. The bad commanders of posts where their members report sexual assault, sexual harassment, inappropriate comments, all this stuff, and then next thing you know, they're dead and chopped up and put in cement and put under a box, like shit like that. Like, people need to start listening to people, man. Like when they report stuff or they say shit like, "Hey, Sergeant such and
Absolutely.
such is doing some wild ass shit," Like the cops in the George Floyd shit. Like you look at their records, like there's multiple incidents of them not.
I'll take it.
You know what I'm saying? It's multiple incidents of conduct reports. Like this dude was not within the regs, or you know what I'm saying? It's just so many red flags of this dude should not be in the street doing patrol right now.
Yep.
Like I know it's a whole thing. I know politicians are trying to talk about drafting a reform the police whole thing, but it's one of those careers where the individual's life is on the line every night. But at the same time, just like with the military, you know what you signed up for. You know what the possibility is when you go over to Afghanistan. You may not come back. I'm sure when they train cops, they're just like, hey, we're going to give you all this gear. We're going to give you training. We're going to give you body. But just know, like, there's a chance you may not make it home. And people willingly take that risk, which is why I look at officers the same way. Like, I'm just like, the same way I raise my right hand, like I'm going to defend this country against any enemy, foreign, domestic. Cops do the same shit. Like, I'm a, take the same risk. I know what my job is. Eric, you do the same shit. But I feel like there needs to be some kind of like I don't know what training you got. I don't know if you want to talk about it.
I got a whole kid. I'll be right back.
Okay. EJ, I don't know if if you want to talk about it as far as the training you got for preparing for this, but I feel like the training is what needs to be fixed. That's just me outside looking in. What do you think?
I think the training could be you're right. It does need to be reevaluated, but I think a lot of it's the mindset, and also I don't want to say that it's all the veteran officers, but it's like Jim was saying, it's a toxic mindset that may be old and outdated, that's handed down, and it was kind of that way when we came in the military. You always hear about when people wanted to get out or go try something else, they're always like, what you gonna do, flip burgers? You're always told that the only thing you could do was wear this uniform or go flip burgers. I mean, I still remember Sergeant Wiley used to ask us that every day in the break room. Like, what you gonna do, flip burgers? I was like, there's other jobs, Sergeant Wiley. I'm not gonna just, but I feel like the mentality of a lot of the be it instructors. So I mean, it gets handed down through training too. Let's say an instructor, any kind of law enforcement instructors probably had a good decade or more of service. All right.
Mhm.
So he has formed his own ideas. And yes, maybe the book or whatever instructor manual he has says you got to treat everybody equally. But I shit you not, they will probably still, unfortunately, it's like an unspoken mindset where it seems like if they're a black man, especially a larger black man, it's immediately seen like a threat, even if the person can seem. But I mean, it's used in descriptions. You know, people don't think about it, but they say it, and they're like, "All right, you come on the scene, and there's a domestic dispute going on, and you got like a 250-pound, 6'4" black man." You're like, okay. And then they're like, with a woman there, and it looks like he hit her, and he looks like he might come at you. What are you going to do? I'm like, well, okay. So the scenario is he's immediately dangerous because he's a 6'4" black man. I'm like, can we describe? Does he have a weapon? What are the more important factors here for the training? Is he armed? Is he injured? Is she injured? You know what I mean? But it's almost like I don't think that it's a second nature thing, but it's a mind frame thing. So in order to fix the training, they need to go back and have these trainers change that mindset. Like even just the fact that it's always the dude. Let's take a step back and not even do the racial thing. It's a black guy. You could say just a 6'4", 200-something pound dude. What if he's the victim? He could be stabbed. He could be shot. You know, she could be poisoning him over a week, and he just realized, oh shit, there's been antifreeze in my Cheerios. He doesn't know. So, but that mindset, and I tell you now, it may be said where they're not even thinking about it, but they'll bring up things like, all right, you're in a, poor side of the city, you're in downtown area, and, in the projects, and this happens, but that the insinuation and the mindset is for these lower income minority areas for the training. So they talk about that they want this muscle memory and they want you to learn, hey, you got to be able to do this in the instant, but they're already putting it in your head. So when some of these officers are stepping out of the car, the scene is already matching this mind frame that's been trained in. Okay. Oh, I got a bunch
just
of
about to go left.
Minority youth here in the middle of downtown in the projects. So it starts to bring them back to that training of like, all right, I got to be ready for action right now. But really, do you? Is the guy like Trayvon? Is he coming with just some Skittles and some tea? You don't know.
Right.
But if you're constantly using that as the example, it's just like when we're in the military and we're training. For the longest time, we trained with the Southwest Asia training. So that was your mentality is we're going to be going to war in Iraq or somewhere over in this area. So that is what we prepared for, I remember that. That was always our little scenario. So when we saw the Australian dudes pulling up with boats and we're on a convoy, I was laughing. I was like, what the fuck, you bringing a boat? Man, we're in the middle of the damn desert. Right? You're not thinking about it. You're like, every scenario I thought of, every fucking scenario, I'm in the desert. Why these Australian dudes got boats? But when we get there, you see this giant ass river, but you're like, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about the river. Because they already they put that in there. So when you mention the training, yes, training does need to be revamped and reevaluated. But I think that it also needs the blood of the younger generation to get into the training field, kind of like how we used to redo our training, DOT would all right, let's reevaluate. We can't keep training the fact that we're defending Kuwait. We got to update our book. Okay. Right. Same thing needs to happen where it's like, all right, now you're in the suburbs and you're showing up to a call where there's, a young black man on the sidewalk with a large, bald, angry racist dude and his overweight wife, and they're yelling at him, and you see him push the young black kid. What are you going to do? That's what they should be training for. Yeah. And if they really want to get a step further, none of that should have described any of their color, because when you get there, the things you need the most is anybody appear to be armed? Does anyone seem to be injured? Is anyone in imminent danger? If not, you step out and you approach it like anybody would the situation, like, hey, what's going on? Like Willie mentioned when he's like, I come out of my house and be like, hey, can I help you? I use that all the time, man. I'm in the middle of, I got the zip codes for downtown that I serve that are probably some of the poorest parts of the city. I still ask, can I help you? I still say thank you for letting me come into your home. There's no reason for these guys to be breaking off like they do when they show up. I mean, the moment they saw that lieutenant in full uniform, I don't care if he was an A1C in full uniform. That shows that man has some level of dedication and responsibility to service
to this country.
Exactly.
You know the shit that broke my heart out of that shit? Like seeing the American flag patch on him. Like that shit just hit me differently. You know what I'm saying?
To watch him rubbing his eyes and everything, and you know, because he got sprayed, and then he sprayed him again.
Yeah.
I'm like, he was through that shit, still trying to be cordial and polite to the officers. Like,
exactly
why this is happening.
Man,
like,
it was breaking my heart because he can't reach down and take the seatbelt off. Okay.
Right.
Because if I was him, if I'm a black man and they got two guys outside my door with guns drawn, I can't move my arm down to the seat. He keeps telling me to get out of the car.
Right. In that moment, I was like, they've already pepper sprayed him. If they're telling him to take his seatbelt off, like in my brain, I'm about to be shot. You know what I mean? I'm about to be shot.
Because
blind.
He was in one of those situations where it's like, no matter what I do, I feel like I'm going to get a bullet.
Yes.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
When they looked in the car, they were just like, oh, he had an armed weapon in there. So if he was to reach for a seatbelt, and they shot him, their whole probable cause would have been like, well, he had a loaded weapon in his car. We didn't know if he was reaching for it to come get us. But you kept yelling at him to undo his seatbelt to get out. And his partner, I swear to God, like my heart went out to his boy. He was going to undo his seatbelt for him.
Yeah.
And
he was like, don't touch him.
The officer in charge was like, don't you do that. Don't reach in there. Don't touch him. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't touch
him. The younger cop was actually trying to help him out of the car because I'll tell you, when I got sprayed, and Jen can back it up, when you have to get sprayed, it's part of training. I got sprayed, man. I straight up looked like Buddha for 2 days. I couldn't open these eyes. Okay. They were just like, it came back like 2 weeks later. I'm in a shower and stuff, and it's like in your scalp. So when you wash your hair, it comes back in your eyes. And I was like, oh man, damn. I swear to God, you walk around completely blind. All you could tell is light and dark for at least 30, 45 minutes.
Wow.
Okay? And it burns to high heaven all over you. So this guy, they're telling him, undo your seatbelt. If it was me, after I got sprayed, I wouldn't be able to take off my belt around my waist.
he was like, I'm just trying to breathe. You know what I mean? Like,
you're just trying to breathe. You're like, where am I? Where am I? That's all you're doing. Okay. The fact that you stayed respectful and he was still like, look, I just, he's like, I can't do that right now, but he's still trying to comply to them, shows the man was not trying to be dangerous at all. I'm just like, oh man, I felt so bad for him, dude. He deserves whatever they can come across, and with his legal process, he deserves whatever they come across with that civil suit. He seriously does.
It's crazy, man. What else you got for EJ Makk or Black? What you got for him?
Nothing, man. Like, thank you for sharing that perspective, man. As somebody that I served with, I could before knowing you were a law enforcement officer, like you were always one of the most stand-up dudes I've ever known, bro.
Facts.
Thank you, man.
To have somebody like you protecting the community, man, like thank you for real. Thank you. And I know that you're one of the GOAT, so
I try.
It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear your perspective on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is.
I try, man.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you guys having me on, man. It's great to see you. Great to talk to you. I love what you're doing.
Appreciate it. Same to you,
and
my guy.
Give Jen our props too, because medical stuff will come up and she'll jump in with her nurse knowledge and bless us with knowledge too. So the fact that she can handle the medical stuff, you can. I don't want to say you'll be our go-to for law enforcement stuff, but I feel like a lot of people jump in feeling some kind of way about law enforcement, but having somebody who actually does the job, it hits different. So, you know,
it does. It really does.
Having you on here and giving your perspective as a law enforcement officer, I 100%, when I go into situations, I'm just like, you know, let me try to get the whole situation, and then let me try to understand the training that goes involved. Because in the military, like you said, we are bred and taught use the lowest level of force needed. And a lot of the shit that I'm seeing is like the most excessive level of force needed for situations that don't need it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I have to say, you guys' observations have been 99% on point. So I feel like you take everything into consent, and you think a lot. And a lot of people in our group, we have a great group. You know, you guys run a great group. Everybody seems to be, thoughtful in their process. But I feel like the conclusions that the two of you have come to, and many others, I've spoken to Rob, I talked to Mikey, he's on there right now. And, we all kind of be on the same page. I think part of that is the service that we've all done, in the armed forces, that we all know that, we had respect for lethal force, and life in general, and courtesy to everybody. Even when you don't like someone, you still call them sir or ma'am or sergeant or whatever. But you guys are doing great things, man. Getting the people's voices out and getting everybody talking, I think is huge. I appreciate it. So thank you both. It's late. I'm going to go ahead and crash. But thanks for having me on. It's always great, man. I love you guys.
No problem,
you too, EJ.
Get some rest, bro.
Love you guys.
Was that jumping at the end? Let me guys. Bye. I see you, Jen. I hear you, Jen. Thank you. Also, shout out to Mikey P. I posted this comment, and he was just like, one of the best shows. And this was on the fly because we were going to try and make this fun, but like I was going to say I feel bad, but I mean we have this platform, and
like to have these conversations, man. Like to have them, it's needed. That's why when you said it, I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it," because I have been feeling the way myself. So,
Jackie,
no, he's still with us.
Jackie, go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. I was all for you, Jackie. Jackie, your call sign night was off to a horrible start. I wasn't gonna say it, but you want to jump in here and try. Oh, is he deteriorating? Oh, is he this? Jackie, I was on your side the whole time. This is what you gonna do? You gonna talk about I'm deteriorating? But shout out to Pitmaster Jacqueline Leach. I'm sorry. She was out here. She's running the last 3-4 call sign nights over at the 607th ACS, and they have been outstanding and great times. So she is killing it.
Like a good time. It looked like a damn good time.
Jackie, did you post the video of me arguing about soccer not being a real sport? No, probably not. Because I was getting passionate about some shit. But you know, man,
how I like soccer though. Shout out to Brian Rex.
Yeah, you know how I care. Like I fucks with you when I bring one of my bottles of Crown Peach to you, because it's sold out everywhere now here in Phoenix. But I had a stash because I robbed the classics, whatever. I do my thing. So I bring a whole bottle to your to your call sign night, and it gets destroyed. It is emptied. It is emptied out. Like I'm just like, I dedicate this bottle to you guys. Gloop 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 gloop. Gone. I'm just like, attaboy. That's
Thanks
how you
do bottle.
Yeah, that's how you do it. But however, they drink the bottle, but they gave me the bag to keep. So that's the thing. Because I'm gonna
That's
try and make a quilt out of these Crown Royal bags, but it's whatever. But yeah, I want to say thank you to EJ. Thank you to the Pit Masters who tuned in. Thank you to all the comments. Thank you, Mackie P. Thank you to everybody, Lauren, who tuned in. Because this is something that, again, like every week we want to do a fun show. We want to do something fun. We want it's funny. Everybody chime in. But this is one of those things, like all throughout the week, I've been holding this in, and I'm just like, I need. Because if it wasn't for the Smoke Pit, if we didn't do it on this episode, it would have been a Patreon exclusive, or it would have been a I Said What I Said exclusive. But I needed to say this shit because, like, I'm sitting here like, okay, if you comply, you don't get shot. Okay, this dude complied yesterday, he got shot. Like, I'm like, what do we do? What do we do? What, like, it comes down to the training at this point. In my eyes, I'm just like, you guys are not training realistically to de-escalate. You guys are training to escalate and then execute. And so that I'm glad EJ had time out to talk to us about the training and how it's supposed to go and all that stuff. So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. I know it wasn't the normal funny, haha, everybody have a good time type stuff, but this I'm being selfish. Like it's a whole.
We needed it.
We
needed this shit.
If this is the kind of discussion that was made for when Black was doing the dialogue podcast. I felt like this needed to happen, like a discussion and all this stuff. So not only the Pit Masters hear this, but when it goes public and all that stuff, hopefully this brings some kind of awareness to what's going on. You got a show hosted by two Black African-American male. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We have concerns, and to have a law enforcement officer come on and talk about it, and then in the comments, Pit Masters who of all races and ethnicities come in and chime in about it. Because at the end of the day, I think everybody is just like, bro, just treat everybody good. You know, I think that's all we want to talk about. I think that's at the end of the day, everybody should be, the cops should do their thing, not resist, but restrain, arrest, and then everybody sees their day in court. They shouldn't be Judge Dredd out here, judge, jury, and executioner, and ending people's lives before they have a chance to you know what I'm saying? Like defend themselves in court. So I'm sorry this shit wasn't as fun as last week talking about 90s animated movies.
No, this was, when we look back at this shit, this is probably one of our best shows, bro. Like, honestly. And I was gonna save this for off camera, but I'm gonna say it on camera. This is probably one of our best shows.
And judging from the comments, it's like what did Mikey say? I cannot express how much I love that Willie just called it the Class 6 and not the Shop It. I'm an old head, man.
School.
I'm an old head.
We're old school.
I'm an old head. I do it, bro. That Paul Masson. Tell me about that $11 Paul Masson that broke the broke airman.
That A1C money.
That A1C Hennessy. That's what that shit was. God damn it.
That A1C money right there. Paul Masson and Coke.
This shit'll just get you right, just like Hennessy. It did not. Paul Masson does not get you right like Hennessy. I'll just tell you that right now.
It knocked you out.
Hold up. Okay. So I'm looking at the comments. Why does everybody think I'm so far gone? Why does everybody think I'm late? We had a full conversation about real law enforcement shit. And y'all, did y'all think I was just off the top, just drunk talking about this shit? Is that what y'all was thinking?
I'm probably not caught up now. I'm probably not caught up, so.
I'm sitting there looking at this shit. What up, Speedy? Oh my God. Speedy, let me tell you, I am so mad you're not coming to Loop, but I know you're going to do good things at DM. Hopefully you come visit Loop and we can all, chill and do our shit. You know how many real conversations I fucked up? I know I started off pretty lit, Carl. I know, Goonie. Don't come in. Let me tell you something.
Hey, that's the point, though. You gotta set the tone. Like you have to
No.
set the tone for what the room's gonna be. So he came in great with it. You know what I mean? Like I knew when he hopped in the chat. I knew when he hopped in. I was like, oh, we about to have fun tonight. We going in tonight. And he was like, you know what? Let's talk about some real shit. You know what, Makk? Let's talk about some real shit. You know what I mean? Let's talk about some real shit tonight. We're gonna have a real conversation tonight. I don't care. You know what I mean? I know you had a roll call. It's fine. It's fine. We've all been to roll calls, right? You know what I mean? Like it happens. It happens. But guess what? We came in. We had a real conversation. Shit was deep. And you know what? I prefer this version of Willie. And you know what? That almost brought out the rant Black. It almost did. It almost did. Stay there.
You know,
don't go nowhere.
You know,
don't you change.
like oh my God. Oh.
Don't you change.
Before we end this, and again, I want to say shout out to my homeboy Black Makk, because he had a whole show planned, but I was just like, bro, this shit has just been on my heart this week, and I want to talk about it. And I want to make sure we include you all as the pit masters for your opinions on stuff, because I understand that I can get tunnel vision on certain things because I feel certain ways or whatnot. And you guys keep me grounded because everybody is from every race, every ethnicity, every like this group is amazing with the backgrounds everybody come from. We can come together and talk about this stuff. So it's not an echo chamber. So before we started, he was playing this music. I was like, bro, I have some shit on my heart that I want to talk about. And he was like, okay, let's get real. And apparently for 2 hours and 21 minutes, outside of talking about the sponsors and shit, it was a great discussion.
Yes, definitely.
I could not have imagined, because when I was doing my own podcast, I was talking about incidences like this solo by myself because I didn't have a group. I didn't have people backing me. To have a community where discussion like this is allowed or not allowed, because I mean it's our group. We do what we want. But
pretty much.
but to where it is, you know what I'm saying, like approved, and people see it and they want to participate in it. It is amazing, because I've seen this group of people in this group, and I'm just like, why can't the rest of people be like this? Why can't the rest of America be like this? Why can't the rest of Facebook sit here and listen and talk and have real discussions about shit? And because I'm down for the memes too. I'm down for the videos. I'm down for whatever. I'm down to have fun on social media, but you got to have discussions like this. You just can't not have discussions like this.
Right.
And
I think that's what makes DFPN what it is the fact that no subject is really off limits, man. Like, speak your truth. You know what I'm saying? Right. Speak your shit. And if people fuck with it, cool. You know what I'm saying? If people don't fuck with it, cool. But speak your shit. You know what I'm saying? And thanks to all the pit masters, man. Y'all make this shit easy, really, because we can come in here and have these types of discussions on top of all the shenanigans that we do have. Because we like to have a ball too. But, every now and then, like, if one of these discussions comes up, no problem. You know what I'm saying? And y'all make it easy because y'all contribute. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all so much for fucking with us like that. For real, for real.
Shout out to all the pit masters who purchased shot glasses. like I said, the number of glasses are dwindling. Next shipment went out today, so they should have their shit obviously by hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday next week. But we have like 10 glasses left. I didn't think these glasses would go so fast. Obviously, like 25 of them went to the Patreons, but these other ones have been going pretty quick. Patreons have been ordering extra glasses and shit. So, like I said, if shot glasses become a thing, we'll order another batch. Expect updated prices. But we have OCP patches for the Smoke Pit, Embrace Debate, all that good stuff on deck. They should be here by the end of May, according to the website. So expect those to come quick because I know a lot of people have been getting the patches and wearing them with their flight suits, OCPs, whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's dope as fuck, too.
This is military.
That's dope as fuck.
I appreciate that. That. But we're going to get you some real shit that you can wear on the Friday Morale Day where people look at, oh, what is that? Oh, what is... Because if you go out there with the full color Dat Feeling podcast shit, they'd be like, man, take that bullshit ass off. You can't wear that. So I'm going to try and wear some shit. I'm going to get the sample patch. I'm going to try and wear it, see how far I can get away with it, before somebody says some shit. But expect that shit on the way. And like I said, thank you, Black, for allowing me to – I'm going to look this way because I'm looking at you. For allowing me to get this shit off my chest because this is something that I've been holding all week. And I didn't know if I was going to have to do a separate podcast for this because, we were just going to come in here and have a good time on the Smoke Pit. But, I mean, it seems like everybody was ready for this real discussion. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate everybody for being real for this shit. So thank you for letting me for allowing me to be late. First of all, not allowing me. Sorry for being late. But thank you for prepping the show. Thank you for prepping the show, getting this shit ready for when I came in the door. I can jump right in here. Because let me show you guys something if you're watching. I came in here. I put on the Wrestling with My Thoughts. Bro, came in here straight. OCP pants, bro. OCP pants. I just came in here, took the boots off. Put the Wrestling with My Thoughts podcast shirt on, and I was just like, "Hey, it's podcast time! Hey!" I'm like 50% DFPN, 50% get your ass back at work. But, thank you for that, Makk. I appreciate the shit that you do for the DFPN, man. And I thank you for the shit you've been helping me out with, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Oh, speaking of which, before we go, to all my smokers out there, there may or may not have been an inquiry about grinders and trays. So, if you are a smoker, I do have a question to ask you, aka Aunt Boogie. Where the fuck are you? Because I need your advice. So hit me up because
can we put the pressure on Aunt Boogie? Because my man came back with an episode 2 for his podcast, and it had me and you both in our feelings. Yes. And then he went away. Keep the pressure on this dude. Keep pressure on Aunt Boogie. If you are in this group, I know he posted today, like, what do we got to do to get this to 1.4? Get in the comments and be like, what do we have to do to get episode 3 of Aunt Boogie podcast?
Yes. We need it.
Challenge this man to get us this podcast. I love the support he's given us, but at the same time, I haven't been to his page to see how many followers he has, but we're going to support. I don't know if you noticed. I've been posting members of the group in here, like, hey, their Instagram page needs this many people to reach this milestone. Yep. That's the shit I'm on right now. That is the shit I'm on. Supporting the small people trying to get out there to do their thing. So if you got an Instagram page, if you got a TikTok, if you got a Facebook group, if you got whatever you got, I swear to God, if you just don't post it in the goddamn Smoke Pit podcast fan group so we can support your ass.
Post.
Y'all better get on the shit that I am on because I am willing to go broke supporting motherfuckers. My wife ain't watching right now. Let me double check to make sure that she ain't one of the ones watching. Cool, she ain't. Okay, I'm willing to go broke supporting y'all motherfuckers right now. You know, I'm willing to go broke supporting y'all. Post y'all shit in here. Cause I want y'all to support us, man. It's you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And you don't even
money.
You don't even have to scratch my back. Ask Brian and Kay. You know what I'm saying? Ask TC. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. I'll be on B-Rex shit heavy, bro. Heavy.
Post your shit and we'll support you. Ask Goonie, man. Y'all better get ready to go support Goonie's IG page, aka Pitmaster Carl Signs. Y'all better get ready to support his shit. His never say die fitness. Y'all better get ready because I'm about to post that shit in here. We trying to get him to a number. And then y'all better get ready to support Black Makk. We got 1.3 thousand in here. Well, y'all better get ready to push this motherfucker over. At least 500. Y'all better go follow this man on IG. And then we'll talk about plays and streams. But we trying to get his number on IG. I want to see blue check marks next to my motherfuckers in here. That's what I want to see. I want to see verified Facebook, verified Twitter, verified IG, verified. That's what I want to see.
Please verify us.
What I want to see. Yes.
Verify us, please.
Like the SmokePit has an IG account. That'll come later. I'm trying to get these people set. Yes. I may be tipsy at this point. The Crown Peach has set up. Set.
Yeah, this River Reserve catching up me. It's catching up.
We'll go ahead and let y'all go. That's all I got. I thank you guys for tuning in to this real talk, this real discussion. Thank you, EJ, Eric Johnson, Pitmaster EJ, for jumping with us and providing your input and insight as a law enforcement officer. I low-key want to talk about Falcon Winter Soldier because we didn't do it last week. I don't know if you want to do it tomorrow. Because, I mean, it's 10:45.
Let's do it tomorrow. Yeah, let's do it tomorrow because we got some shit to talk about.
Y'all, please watch that show. Please watch that show. Because this will be a Patreon only. This will be a Patreon only thing. So we're not going to spoil anything for the general public. If you're a Patreon, just know, please watch it. If you haven't watched it, don't watch the video until you watch it. But episode 4 and 5. Woo!
Lord Jesus. Let
me tell you, being who I am, that discussion between Sam and Isaiah Bradley,
Lord,
bro, I'm like, Marvel, if you just don't fucking stop making me feel feels, we're gonna have problems.
Bro, when he said
yes,
he said shit in that episode. He said some shit. He said some shit. I was like, oh Lord, yes. That is factual.
There was one line he said where I was like, oh shit. How you feel, Sam? What you gonna say, Sam? He was like,
say shit.
I'm gonna stop.
You can't say
you think that well, no. Sam was just like, you right. You've been through some shit. You right.
Yep.
You right. However, y'all need to watch that shit because when we go live tomorrow in the Patreon, talk about this shit. We want interaction. So if you're not a Patreon member, remember patreon.com, That Feeling Podcast.
For our Patreon members, so we didn't play it tonight, but join us tomorrow. We'll play Black Card Revoked. There may be money involved. So
hold up. What?
I'm feeling generous.
Can I get money?
You can't get money, but the patrons can get money because you're hosting.
That's racist. You're racist. The black man can't get money. I hate you. We're trying to do this live episode because Hip Hop Chief is trying to get me on his podcast tomorrow night at about 5-6 o'clock local Pacific. So
let's do about, how about 1? Does that sound good? 1 Pacific, 4 Eastern, because Speedy is asked. Okay, let's do it then.
Well, Speedy about to be over here on this Arizona time anyway. Hurry up and get over here, Speedy. Shit. Me and Kandros waiting, bro. Get out here already. All right, man. Hey, I got nothing left.
Nope.
Pitmasters, I love y'all. I love y'all. Everybody who tuned in. I'm looking at the numbers. It says 5 in this thing. I love everybody who tuned in because I know it's like 1:48 in the morning, East Coast.
Yeah.
So it's late.
It's late.
My apologies for starting late. He was ready at 6. I was not ready at 6. I was turned up a little bit. So thank y'all for tuning in because the majority of the show, the shit we were talking about, a majority of y'all were here for. So thank you for tuning in, listening to that part. That's all I got, man. What you got for him, Black?
That's it, man. Until next week. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for being loyal. Hopefully this is worth it for y'all, man. So if y'all like it, tune back in next week. We back to the shenanigans, man. But until then, I am the homie bred like a king. Matus Kelvin Kately.
I am the illustrious, abominable, always grateful, always appreciative, homie Makk, aka your boy.
All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Smoke Pit. See y'all next week.
Salute. Is that working?
Are you hitting it or is it me?
I'm not. Are you pushing the?
Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit. It's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Makk and Makk, welcome to the Smoke Pit.